I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs spoon. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Rock bottom make the man and some pressure make a gemstone. Try to put $1 to my name like Creflo. Ninja boy, late to the game, it's in the blood flow. And I'm from the south, it's thick skin and tough bone. Big attitude through big lips with gusto. Trust no kings, that's why they tried to crush souls. But it's IGBO, when the dust blow, this old head be standing there. No silver, just gold. Crack no books on the hustle, I was born to grind. Yo, scared of your potential, I'm adorned with mine. 30 times around the sun, man, of course I shine. My legacy will not dwarf with time. And in my daughter's eyes, it's basic, I must not say quit. Every day sees a present like a Rob St. Nick. Walk a fine line between tenacious and patient. I can't slip, I'm fighting clocks and they can't win.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Impeccably I flow, hardest raps you know, breaking status quo, reaping what I sow, artistry like Django. Get it from my mama, hip so thick that I need tempo. Personality spicy, body banging like a bongo. Cause black women been it since Timbuktu since Pharaoh. Sponge rollers and hot combs, lips, cheeks and brow bones. If you ain't for the culture, then please stay out of my zone. These little dummy rappers could never grace my headphones. See, I'm from a place in space where ain't no storytelling, you just had to have been there. If you want the battle, ain't no problem, say where. I got so much experience, I can't even play fair. But I'ma keep evolving and growing and hurting feelings and showing. You need endurance to go in, I got mileage on this pen. I've been busy cause I've been out here schooling all these kids. Took 3 decades to have this glow up that I did.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. Turn all of my
checking shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Alston.
Oi, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh, you wanna get sued?
Judgment, Alston.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a running.
For what?
But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, father. I love it when he does that.
Let's watch.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative, and it's so good to see all of you guys here. Thank you so much. You guys have me laughing back here and dancing with you guys to the music. So I'm so glad to be here with you guys, and thank you, Chuchi, for coming in. Guys, our friend Chuchi is going for a health appointment tomorrow, so just all prayers on deck. I also got some really sad news after I got off my live today. And it seems that our little friend Aaliyah, she's going to be 3. When she was 2 years old, she was diagnosed with a form of leukemia. And She beat it for the most part the first time, and she went into remission because her mama donated some bone marrow to her. But recently they did another biopsy on her bones, and um apparently some of the cancer has come back. So that was a very sad update, because the last update that I got was that she was growing some of her hair back, and they were back home finally, because they had to stay at Children's for, oh, I think it was a good year. They were there for, Christmas, and finally got to come home at the beginning of this year. And apparently they went in for some more testing. So I just ask that you guys pray for Aaliyah. I did share a post because the first time we prayed for her, it worked. So the first time we prayed for Aaliyah, it worked. And I believe in the power of prayer. And I think that that's the best thing that we can do together. And like I said, I believe in it. So here I did post quite a few things. I was looking through YouTube, and I got this message. But let me go ahead and share my screen here really quick with you guys. Um, so please join me in a prayer for Aaliyah. Our prayers were heard and worked last time. Unfortunately, Aaliyah's last bone marrow biopsy showed that her cancer is back. I just received this awful news. Please pray for our little princess. She is a warrior. My heart breaks for her mama, for her grandparents, who are my dearest friends, who have been my family for over a decade. So that's little Aaliyah. She is just so cute, guys. She is always smiling. That's her coming down when they were celebrating the last time, um, when she went into remission. And then that's little Aaliyah. So it's sad, guys. And my heart has been very heavy tonight because of hearing this news. So I don't know what to say. I really don't, besides just for us to pray, and hopefully our prayers will be answered yet again. So, hey Detroit, good to see you. And Catherine is here. Hey Denise, thank you so much, Denise. And yes, I did meet Seth last October at Pigfest. When I went last October, and then we did the Gathering of Voices. So I went excuse me, I went up to Tennessee for that. So, um, yeah, I definitely enjoyed meeting Seth the first time, and then the second time I went up there, it was just really nice to support him and everything. And hey, Debbie, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Also, Veronica, hello, Veronica, good to see you. And we have Eric Eric with an H in the house. Good to see you, Eric. Good to see you. And I'm watching, but I might be halfway to watch the replay. Well, Marie, I'm so glad that you're here, and thank you so much for sending prayers. Yeah, Detroit. I was like, the last, like I said, the last update I heard, that Aaliyah's hair was coming back and she's doing really well, and so I was like, oh well, that's great. So I wasn't really asking a lot about updates, mainly because I didn't want to hear bad news. If that makes sense. I didn't want to hear any bad news. Uh, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to do another bone marrow transplant. I was asking, but they're not sure yet. They're going to be headed back um, to Children's, because they have a really nice area for like the family to stay. So they were staying in an apartment that was right on campus, so they could go back and forth, and she didn't have to be in like a hospital room, because the more it just kind of sucks too, because they're little, and then she couldn't really play with the other little kids because they're all sick. And oh my gosh, it's just so sad. And um, it was better for them to kind of be in their own room where there's less germs of others. Um, so yeah, yeah, it's so sad. I don't know why that happens to little kids or kids. Oh, really, Denise? I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, Denise. She says, my precious nephew died from leukemia at 4 years old. Oh gosh, and they just fight so hard. The treatments just kick people's butts, and just to be little like that. Yeah, Debbie, it's just so sad. I'm so sorry, Denise, too. Um, and we're still praying for Cole as well. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. Yeah, her colors are orange because that's the type of awareness band that they wear for that leukemia, and then also because she loves purple. She loves purple, and I have a video of her saying there's purple and blue. It's a butterfly balloon that they brought her, and she's saying purple, orange, just a sweetheart. Um, and she's been quite sick since she's little, and they were taking her back and forth to the doctors a lot, and um you know, I was helping out some days before I moved, and I was just making YouTube videos. So I would come over and take care of her and babysit for her and, take her mom to work and things like that. So I really got to spend good time with her, but then I was realizing that a lot of times I would be giving her medicine a lot that, it just something seemed more than just, what something Tylenol could knock out. um, and then shortly after I moved to Florida is when she was properly diagnosed. So, um, I've worn my Aaliyah Team Aaliyah shirt. It's purple with the orange ribbon. I need to get that out, because I wore it to, on my trip, so I still need to do the wash from my trip. Good to see you, Catherine. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you. Oh my gosh, she is just adorable. I'm telling you, I didn't know who Bluey was. I know who Bluey is. Every time I see Bluey, I think about her. Um, I mean, she is precious. That was one of the little outfits they had given her. Her mom just dresses her so cute, and like I said, my friends, Shelly and Billy, they take such good care of her. Her mom's a young mom, so they take care of her as well. Like she lives at their house and stuff, and so it's been really rough on them too because this is Shelly's first grandbaby, and everybody had to be tested to see if they were a match for her. And the best match was her mom. So she ended up giving her the bone marrow transplant that helped, so much that it put her into remission. So aloha, JH. Good to see you. Yes, can we yes, that's right. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Yeah. Were you at Pigfest? Oh, were you at Pigfest last year, Denise? Oh my goodness. You know, I decided, well, Jen and I were deciding together really because I stayed with Jen, and we were thinking about it before, and it's like should we do Pigfest every single day? And I talked about this on my members only today. Um and I was like, "Well, if Jen can bring me around and show me around the area, I think that's even better than going to the pig fest, because it was awkward. People knew why we were there, but there was also some really good moments there as well, and I talked about that earlier too. Um, just because there was someone that was really spreading some awful stuff. Big shout out to Lolly. She she handled business, and I was really proud of her response to um what was said about what she said. Someone blamed her for saying something really really stupid um about the pig fest of all things that happened last year in October. So Denise, you were there. um it just, I really felt like I had to address it, um just because it was just so egregious. So, um, yes, they do, Veronica, they really do. They had, like, their own little apartment type of a thing where they were able to stay, and, it's more normal, right, than being in the hospital all the time. So I know it makes me wonder why too, and that's what really has gotten my heart hurting, just that why would this happen to just a beautiful little girl? I mean, she's so cute, adorable, smart, funny, she just has the best personality. I just hate that she's sick. I hate that. So, hey Jamie, me and Chuchi were saying the only thing we can say is F cancer, you know. Aw, Debbie, that's so awesome. You're a warrior too then. She says, I wear orange for my MS, so you go, little warrior. Yes. I mean the orange, like when I saw the orange bow picture, I was like, this is the one I gotta put up. Um, and I didn't really like talking about it too much because I don't want to put her and her family in a vulnerable situation because people can be so awful on here. But I wanted you guys to see who you're praying for, and I wanted it to be more personal because I really respect Mr. and Mrs. E for doing that. Because now I can see Cole's face when I pray for him, and I think it makes a difference. I really do. So she was 2. She was only 2. Um, so yeah, because when I was watching her, she was like 1.5. It was, like a couple of months before I moved, and then I remember they sent me her birthday photos, like or they took video of her get with her cake and her high chair and stuff and her 2-year birthday, and then she was diagnosed after that. So I know she's got a birthday coming up. I got to go look um and see when exactly it is because I'll have to send her something. Um so and maybe I could even make it a point to stop over and see them. I hope they don't have to spend a long time in the hospital. Like I said, I don't know what their treatment plan is going to be just yet. So, I'm just praying that it's not going to be something horrible and maybe they could do another marrow transplant. I don't know. Um Leukemia is kind of complicated. Um, you know, it's kind of a complicated thing. So, um, hey, Mark Klein, good to see you. Aw, thanks for being here, Mark. So, yeah, I mean, and hey, Gail, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Yes, and I meant to reach out. I was going to reach out to Tamara this afternoon, or rather this evening, after I did the members only live, and I wasn't able to because I got sidetracked there, so. Oh, okay, you guys stayed at the Goodlettsville? Yeah, Janice, I don't know about you, but when I saw how close everything was and, in proximity to each other, I was like, "Oh my gosh," you know? So, Janie says, "I think the mob crew has it figured out." Really? Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more about what you think. Isn't she Brenda, my goodness. Ugh, she's adorable. Hey, Marion, good to see you. Hey, Warrior Princess. Aw, thank you, Marion. Don't you worry about it, dear. Whenever you can renew, please do, and I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Hey, Valley Gal, good to see you. So I didn't do 5D justice yesterday because I couldn't find my proper comparison last night during the live stream. So I kind of want to revisit this bullshit. I do. Let me take this beautiful kid off of here. But please say this prayer, guys, because I think people were praying this prayer or pray a special prayer for her. Please, please, and thank you. It means the absolute world to me and her family. Because I told Kathy, I said, I'm getting some prayer warriors on it. I'm going to get prayers on it, right? And you guys are awesome about that. And that's right. Prayers for Mr. and Mrs. E and Cole and the family. Yeah, because I mean, I really think that when somebody gets cancer in the family, everybody has it. I feel like I just got cancer again, hearing that. So, I mean, and I did talk to Mrs. E, and I did mention Aaliyah to Mrs. E, and I think maybe even Mrs. E asked about her, and they're just the most lovely people. I mean, Guys, Sebastian's army, we have some of the best people, and I've been honored to have met them and spoke with them and given them hugs and, talked with Mr. E about Devlin's case, and I was like, "I can't believe I'm talking to Mr. E about Devlin's case," you know? Really, really great people, and that's the thing, I mean, it happens to the best of us. We go through these trials and tribulations in life, and it's hard, but when we have each other, that's what makes it better. And also the prayers and love, support, I mean, absolutely we need it. Um, I know, and there's so little like witchy. I can't even watch the commercials. Like this last Christmas, I couldn't watch them, you know. Um, and I'm like, "You need to watch those because, we need awareness," but it's like it just breaks my heart so much for her because she is just a little fighter, and I'm like, "Keep fighting, don't give up," and we shouldn't have to ask them, they're so little. I mean, oh my gosh, it just breaks my heart. I don't know. Um, you guys know I lost my mom to cancer in 2006, so, when it's an adult, it's not any better, I guess, but, I don't know, for a baby, ugh, it just kills me. It just kills me, you know? Always, Eric with an H. I am always a potty mouth, let me tell you. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is supposed to be day court. I'm not supposed to be swearing like I'm not supposed to be cussing like a sailor." Thank you for the laughs. Hey, laughter is the best medicine, by the way. Um, and my good friend Billy, he is hilarious. Let me tell you. So I know he's always cracking jokes and making, little Aaliyah smile. So yes, prayers going up for Middle E. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Hey, Deanna. Hey, Titch. Um, that's a great one, Mark says. Roses are red, violets are blue, foots are suspect, too many few. Oh man, oh my goodness, they are. I don't think many people are on their side except for the YouTube people. We talked about that too in the members only today. We did because, it's very obvious, especially when we were getting so many honks and beeps at the voices. People weren't necessarily stopping, but they were like laying on the horn. Like there were people that were coming by just, "Brah," you know what I mean? And, and these are local people, right? These are people that live there. These are people that are like, "I can't believe this is happening where I live. I can't believe Sebastian's missing still. We need answers." And the problem that I have and why I put Brandon Carter on my thumbnail tonight is because he's supposed to be the lead detective and he can't go on YouTube or TikTok or see a comparison video and be like, "Wow, Chris and Katie are liars," and they forced Seth to go public and say, "Hey, I'm going to be working with the Proud Fee," and then they leave and they go directly straight away to shop for motorcycles or get motorcycle parts or do whatever. I don't give a crap what you were doing. I don't care if you were doing cartwheels in your front lawn. You should have been at that vigil. You should have been there to help accept an award for Sebastian for his good work in the field that he loved, which is to work with animals, right? And then he was recognized for that. And Katie was too busy with her butt sticking out with Chris. It's not a good look, Mom. Not a good look at all. Hey, Lisa B, good to see you. Veronica says that is God's honest truth. Everyone in the family has it. That's exactly how it feels. Yeah, that's why Veronica, I need to share it out too. There is a meal train for Mr. and Mrs. E. Because it's just like having to make dinner, having to do any of those things is time taken away from spending it with Cole. Thank you, Deanna. And my heart just goes out to them, and I just can't believe mamas have to deal with that. And Brenda says, I think having had about with cancer and then watching my son go through it, it's way harder to watch what than to fight it yourself, in my opinion. I think so too, Brenda, right? Because you know that you're witnessing your family member just in the fight of their life, so very sick from the treatments. The treatments are what make them really sick as well. Um, but her little body was telling people that, telling us that, hey, something's not right, telling the doctors there's something not right here. I'm always sick, type of a thing. So, oh my goodness, Witchy. She says, I lost my first hubby to brain cancer and mother and grandmother to breast cancer. Oh gosh, I found one of my pins, and it says save the Tatas. I used to be big into Angels of Hope was our group for Relay for Life. And I used to like to do that. And we did it several years in a row with that team. I have a Socket to Cancer shirt, and it's a sock monkey. It's old and worn, and that's why I haven't worn it on the show, but I definitely still like to wear it. So uh that hasn't had a chance to live a full life yet. Well, and that's it. I mean, and I think of Cole as well. He's only 17. Um just super cute kid. He's talented. He plays instrument. I just it just breaks my heart. Hey, Janet. Janet says, very sad when we lose a loved one. God bless you all. Prayers keep us going. That's right. Thank you, Janet. Kisses to you too. Thank you. Yes, and it made me flip and ball. I know. I feel like, I got emotional earlier on my members, and then now I'm like super emotional still. So, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, honestly. He can't even go on the local news, right? I know. I know. I just can't believe Katie wasn't there. I mean, like Chris, I can understand, like he's just a stepfoot, but um she is getting more. Mark, that's too funny. Mark, that's too funny. I don't even know if I can read it. Grass is green, dirt is brown. Katie's getting more round. Oh, I think it's the guilt. I do. And then the lack of trying. Because, when you just sit around all day, I would be the same way. I'd blow up like a balloon if I didn't. Oh, shit. If I didn't, move around. Oh, boy. You know? And I'd say it's hell getting old, but Katie's way younger than I am. Katie's like, I'm like 6 years. I'm like 6 years older than Katie. Oh, good Lord. Oh boy. Yes, witchy. I love it. I do. I love the shirt. Well, and my daughter did relay with me every year too, so that was super special to us, right? Because she lost her busha, which was my mom, um, to cancer. So yeah, it was so special to be there. Busha is Polish, so um, wild lions couldn't keep me from going to that vigil. Oh my gosh, right? I wouldn't even care if my ex was there, Brenda. I do not care. I'm about to see my ex really soon here when I go see my daughter for her graduation. He's going to be there. Okay? And you do that. You just go for your children because you're proud as hell of whatever they're getting. And the fact that, Sebastian's missing, I'm like, I don't know why she would opt out to go to the other any other place. I mean, what could be more important, you know? Oh my goodness. Oh, Veronica, that is so sad. I'm so sorry. Brain cancer took my fiance. Oh gosh. And that's another thing that I've never had to deal with, the loss of a spouse. My goodness, girl. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Hey, crazy bird. Yeah, I mean, it's anyone. You don't want to ever see your loved one suffer, and especially when they fight, fight, fight for their lives. And sometimes it's fast too. Mm, Yeah, I think so. It is like looking into her eyes are like looking into a black hole. Especially that one picture that people were sending circulating from her interview with Nancy Grace. I think I have it on the background. But like her eyes are, oh yeah, here it is. Like her eyes are just dead eyes, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy, you know? Denise, you're rocking it. Denise says, "Hello, I'm 63, 5'4", 125 pounds, and I look way better than hashtag Katie Proudfoot." Denise, you go, girl. I'll tell you what, it takes work too. As you get older, right? It does. I'm like, my weight used to fluctuate a little bit here, and I'm like, okay, well, once I gain it, can't not been able to take any of it off here. So you do, and I'll tell you, in Florida, all of the older people work out. Like they all do. I'm like, damn, I need to step it up, yo. Uh, exactly. Veronica says, "You go, Denise." Hey, little Miss Sharon, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I'm throwing you curveballs all day, going at different times. But little Miss Sharon's like, "What's going on with Lady Freedom?" And I know you have all those beautiful horses to take care of and everybody too. So I'm glad you're here, little Miss Sharon. So yeah, I think that her eyes are definitely I've thought about that too. Gail says she looks like she's on something. I thought both Chris and Katie took some sort of sedative. I could be wrong, but I think both of them were extremely nervous, and in an attempt to calm their nerves, they may have taken something to help along, help out with that. Which I'm not faulting anybody for. Like we were talking about earlier, in the members only, in 2011, I was diagnosed with PTSD, and I was, very much given a lot of crap for it, right? They're like throwing, prescriptions at me, type of a thing. Like, here's another one, airplane it over to me. Uh, I decided that wasn't the best plan of action, but I don't fault other people because it works for some people, right? Like if you're having anxiety and you're prescribed something to calm your nerves and it helps, then that's great. And I would never fault anybody. I'm not a doctor, so shit. I can't tell anybody what to do or give that type of advice. Just for me, it didn't work. And this idiot was alleging that Lolly was spreading around that we were taking these anti anxiety medications, and Jen was passing them out at Pigfest, which you know was incorrect, of course. And Lolly never said that, which I just, again, shout out to Lolly for being a strong lady and going out there and holding herself with class, and calling out that trash. So, because yeah, the minute that I heard that, I made sure to get um to ask a friend of mine to get a hold of Lolly and let her know what was being spread about her. And she did a stellar job. I listened to her live earlier. I'd play it for you guys, but she showed her family members in there, which she's very lucky to have them, a beautiful family. And that's how I measure my success. I don't know how others measure theirs, but I measure my success with, the good folks and family that I have is how I see that I'm rich in life. That's exactly what I measure it against, not other people or their happiness, their miserableness, whatever. Denise, Crazy Bird says I'm 63, 5'2". You guys are so short. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. And she says, and I'm only 115 pounds. Oh my goodness, was always 90s, but I'm getting fat. Whatever. Crazy Bird, that's so silly. Oh my goodness. You are not getting fat. Oh, that's so cute though. You guys are so short. Oh my, I'm 5'6". I'm like the Jolly Green Giant around here. Good lord. You see me next to Betty and I'm like towering over her. It's so funny. That is hilarious. I hope that puts that into perspective for you guys because the proud feet say they're scared of Betty. Sorry. The Proudfoot say they're scared of Betty, and I'm like, she's little. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. No, but Betty is a strong lady too, though. She's a feisty one. She's spicy. So, aw. Tori says, sending prayers to everyone suffering from cancer. My daughter has stage 3 bladder cancer. Oh, Tori, I had no idea about that. Oh my goodness. We'll be praying for your daughter too then. Oh my goodness. Thank you too for your prayers. Oh my gosh. I just hate it. I do. I hate it. I try not to hate things in life, but I do hate that because it happens to the best people. Aw, I didn't know that, Tori. In my opinion, she was wicked, dead eyes 10 years ago, thin or not. Hey, and that's another thing. I don't measure Valley Gal either. Is like who's thin and who's not. I mean, hey, it's something that I really look at the inside, and I really do believe that about Katie that she um has a lot of issues, right? But then even so, because at the beginning I was more, I mean, I should say I was more neutral with Katie. I wasn't trying to go hard on her or anything like that. But then as time went by, that's what was difficult for me was because I started seeing Katie and then more things were coming out where we heard her in her true form, right? And then the dead eyes people sent, I'm like, oh good lord, and yeah. Well, maybe they did choose some gummies, Gail, because those can make you zone out too. They can. They can make you zone out. And maybe that's why they're not like, I mean, because I don't think they were smoking any funny things, but maybe they were, you know. And you never know, especially nowadays, doctors are prescribing that rather than, you know, the pills, so to speak. So, um yeah, you never know. And I mean, I think it just works for different people just depending, you know? Right, you could take the medicine and not be yeah, exactly. It's like if you form a dependence, on it too, Veronica, and some of these things they do, they build your tolerance up and then you have to take more and more. And sometimes people do turn to that too. But aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. Ugh, I can't believe that news today. You're 5'3". Aw. Well, there you go, Deanna. There you go. You're getting up to you're taller than me. Okay, good. I forgot we had this conversation too, and everyone was saying how short they are. I'm like, oh my goodness. Um, now dynamic comes in small packages. Yes, it does. It does, Gail. I agree with that. It really does. Because I'll tell you, um, gosh, Betty has a lot of energy, Gail. And I was like watching her go and go, and I'm like, dang, Betty, So, GH says I'm way smaller than all of you. Aw, we got our little people in here. I love it. I love that. Hey, I love you guys no matter how tall you are, how, round you are, how round you're not. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Denise. I love you guys. I love you guys making me laugh here. Um, that's right, Cheryl. That's right. I love wine. There's all kinds of different really good red wines too. I'm a red wine girl more than white, but like some of those Pinot Grigios are damn good though. Uh the little short comment 5'6" also that I'll keep saying in green. I felt like the Jolly Green Giant. Valley Gal, I know. We did have a lot of little shorties there though, didn't we? And I never noticed. Well, and you guys can't tell how tall I am because I just sit in my chair, so it's not like, anybody can tell. That's funny. And I think the last time I did a live show where, like I wore my Christmas stuff was, Christmas. I had worn the Christmas sweaters. But I'm changing my set over and it's just I don't know. It's I might have to move it to the other side again because we rearranged stuff. So when I say we, Nate rearranged stuff. while I was gone, and then I was like, I had my studio kind of the way I wanted it. So yeah, that was not great. I was like, I wasn't pleased. I was not pleased with that. I was like, oh, okay. Mark says, I'm Mr. Chris and Sue all day and night. Not a damn judge thinks I'm right. Oh shit, that was way, way better. The Katie joke, Mark, but I mean, both equally hilarious. And yes, he loves to sue people and he never wins. He never wins. Oh gosh. Oh, I bet you he just stays mad about that too. I bet you he just stays mad about that. I was wondering the other day, which I mean, I don't usually worry too much about it, but since I like so whenever KJ went past during the day, the camper was in the driveway. But then when I went back Sunday night through and it was like 7 o'clock at night, um, it was all gone. And then I was like, well, was Katie like was she home maybe and her van was parked in the garage? But sometimes I wonder if they're not even like if he's still like on the road with his camper cuz or if she's going with him. But the Brinks van was not in the driveway, but it could have been in the garage. So, oh my goodness, that is so hilarious. Ooh, that sounds good, Miss Denise. That sounds real good. Aw, Kiki, you're not late. Good to see you. Oh, I know. Has it ever been? My goodness. 5 foot nothing and packing some dynamite. Cheryl, that's awesome. Warrior princess. Mark's got all the good jokes tonight. Yeah, it seems to pick the good people. Yeah. Maybe we need to be bad or ornery. Yeah, I know, I know. No, she says, "Just kidding." Yeah, I know. It makes you wonder. It does. Um, yeah, it's like that song, "Only the Good Die Young." Everyone Titch says everyone is taller than me. Actually, that that is a lie. I see smaller girls on the street, and I always have to walk next to them so I can feel taller. Aw, that's cute. Well, a lot of the little Cuban men here make me feel like I'm humongous because they're really, really little, and they'll be in line and they'll be like buying some beer, and I don't even think I'm like, "Are you old enough for that?" And then sure enough, they are. But I'm like towering over them. So it's funny. Hello, Ann Brock. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. That's, I mean, I'm right there with you, Brenda. If your kid's missing, it's a good excuse for a strong prescription. Yeah, I mean, that's why I can never fault, because I was wondering if maybe that's why, but yeah, I think she's very stressed too. Hey Karen, good to see you. You can tell Katie's really stressed out. You can see it in her face and three chins. Just imagine having to be with CP more often than usual with no Sebastian to redirect his personality. Yeah. It's all yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with that too, Karen. Um and I guess maybe they don't go very many places too. And again, when you're not active, that tends to happen, right? So oh, really, Linda? Huh, let me see if I can check it. Okay, let me see. It should go through. I just probably haven't been on there to check it. Um, oh, I gotta check to see. I got one from IML. Oh, I hope IML didn't get blocked on accident. Did you send me a screenshot from Lolly's? Is that what it was? Oh, okay. Oh, Kiki, you're tall like me. Aw, Marion. Aw, that's right. Little Miss Sharon says, if I get up on my horse, I'm taller than everybody. Aw. Hey, Bo. Good to see you. Yeah, Bullhorn Betty is amazing. I couldn't believe her. She was just, awesome, awesome. Ooh, I like a nice Cabernet. I like a nice Cabernet. The cop flipping, I know. Mark, I didn't see it. I wish I did. I wish I would have got it on camera. People say I did get it on camera, but I can't tell when I try to zoom in on it. And when I was there, I was live, but I was watching not through my camera because I couldn't zoom in on it because I was live when it happened. And and so but I saw him do a thumbs up, which was just as bad. You know what I mean? Because, like, you can do a thumbs up to somebody like, "Yeah, good job," or "Way to go," or whatever, but you could also do a thumbs up like, "F you," and that's the kinda F you he gave, that I saw him do, and then I saw him, like, waving his arms and, like, his hands in the air and stuff. I wish that I was only filming and not live when it happened, and I would have been able to zoom in on what happened. Ugh, I couldn't believe that actually popped off when I went live. Um, and again, Jen was there, so Bullhorn Betty was on live. She had like a tripod set up, right? And then Real Me Too was moving it around, right, for Betty, which was so sweet of her, and kind of helping her out with the live because Betty was busy with the news. WKR, why do I always call them that? WSMV4 came out and they were interviewing her at that time, and so her camera was she was live as well, and it was pointing in one direction, and I was moving around with my phone, catching other angles of the situation. And when I saw there was a commotion, I was like, "Oh, look at these smart asses," is what I said. I'm like, "Oh, that's real nice." But they were being smart asses, you know? Hey, Linda Nunley, let's see if, I'm gonna just scroll down here, guys. Sorry, I see that I'm behind in chat. Hello, Commander Alpha Turkey. So good to see you. Yeah, exactly. Chris Sebastian is missing you, SOB. When this is over, wow, you one would be rich. Well, and I wonder if he's thinking that he's gotten away with it, Mark. I wonder about that all the time. Hey Cinderella, because he's so cocky, Hey Holly S, good to see you. Oh, and Brock says cancer sucks. I had kidney cancer in 2018 and they took 20% of my left kidney and I have a cyst on the same kidney. Oh, I'm so sorry, Anne. My goodness. I know. And it's like you always got to worry if they didn't get it all and stuff like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just hate that. I hate that for you. Hello, KJ Mac. Good to see you. Oh, we got another tall lady over here. Karen's at 5'9". Aw. Oh my goodness, crazy bird. She says my grandpa was 6'4" and Granny was 4'8". He was 330 pounds and she was 90 pounds wet. Aw. How cute. Aw, that's adorable. Aw. I was literally 20 minutes away and my car broke down. Oh no. I know, Denise. I remember you saying that. Aw. I think that it was so great. Everybody that came out did such a wonderful, wonderful job. They really did. Bo, I have not. I have not. And actually, I was talking to a friend today, and we were saying prayers for Cole and because I was telling her about Aaliyah, and I haven't heard anything about Middle E. I have not. I'm just praying that maybe, you know, something has happened, that he's doing well. At the very least, they're spending time together as a family because just horrible. So, yeah, the cysts are scary too, because it's like they say they're not cancer, but yeah. Um, they are. They are scary. Um, Thank you, Bo. Oh my goodness. They had 14 kids. Aw, crazy bird. And celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary before Granny passed. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, crazy bird. Aw, that's so rare nowadays, you know? Aw, oh no, KJ. I hate when that happens. Oh no. Aw, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, we've all been thinking about middle E, huh, Kiki? Aw. I have one cousin who's shorter than me, and the rest are Amazons. Cheryl. Aw, thank you. Thank you, little Miss Sharon. Aw, thanks, Bo. Okay, that's not bad then, Denise. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say, did you have to get a toe? I used to be 5'11", but now since I broke my back, I keep getting shorter. So some days I'm like 5'7", others I'm 5'4". Aw. Oh, Veronica, I'm sorry to hear that too. Aw. Hey, Ava, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Goodness, you guys are just strong ladies in here, I'll tell you what. My parents were married 59 years before my dad passed. Aw, Kiki, I know. Oh my goodness. And it's so hard. It doesn't even matter, who it is. Um, and Middle E is a very, very handsome young man. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I said too, KJ. Prayers for Middle E. She says, um, what a sweet boy from such a lovely family. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what's so hard because Mr. and Mrs. E are awesome. Aw, thank you, Kiki. Jamie, hey Jamie. Jamie says, I'm the shortest in my family, 5'9". My youngest daughter is 4'11", and my husband's 5'9". Aw. That's so cute. So your daughter's a little bit taller than you. Aw. Yeah, he is very handsome. Very, very handsome. Yes, we had to get a haul from Tennessee to East Texas. Oh gosh, Denise. Aw. My goodness. Aw. Gosh. My goodness. That is such a long time to be married to someone and, do all the things with them. All right, guys. So I want to play 5D again tonight. And because I did not do them justice last night because I couldn't find my clip. And the reason was because I put it in with the Texana green hoodie thing when we were trying to figure out, is she green hoodie? Who is green hoodie? Type of a thing. And so that's why I couldn't find it. But this is a video that I made. And yeah, this is about when it starts. Or here, actually, let me play 5D's first. Let me play sorry about that. Let me play his first because Chris is going to lie about this very photo. Right? Probably because I brought it up. I'm just gonna say I was bringing this up at that time. So I'm wondering if maybe he saw it and he's like, "Oh, I gotta do damage control here." So this is credit to 5D, our friend 5D.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'll explain to the.
Well, to be honest, sorry I had to do it.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'll explain to the reptile picture real quick. For anybody who doesn't remember, Sebastian was very interested into reptiles. He had snakes. He had things like that. He's got geckos. Um, so if we choose to go to an event that keeps us close to him in our minds, because he likes reptiles, what's the problem?
Exactly. And I said, how does anybody know that you all weren't there handing out flyers while you're there? Like, just because someone snapped a picture of you guys doesn't mean that you're not thinking about him, or that, I mean, that had to have been so hard to walk through there knowing his love for those types of animals and not knowing where he is. Like, that took a lot of strength. Had to have.
We
You know,
met some
Chris,
we met some great people at the reptile show. And I mean,
Chris,
unfortunately there is a young, well, I'm not going to say a young woman, there is a woman who decided to take that photo and put it up on her social media or whoever she gave it to. I don't really care. Um, I know who took the photo. I know what business it was. So
Nice.
I would.
So what? You can't do shit about it, Proudfoot. There ain't shit that you can do. Somebody takes a picture of you while you're in public. There's nothing you can do about that. And then listen how he's so condescending to this lady.
Mm, if I was her, I wouldn't go down that road with us. I would just leave it
Absolutely.
be and enjoy the reptile show, sell your geckos.
Sell your geckos. What a jerk. He is such a jerk face. I'm sorry, but the way that he talks to women is like so condescending. Sell your geckos. Well, Chris, people think that you should be looking for your stepson, and he's not in one of the reptile cages. I hate to break it to you, but it looks horrible for y'all to be shopping or looking at lizards, and then you want to say that it's all for Sebastian. Baloney. It's not. That is rubbish, sir. Complete rubbish. And there's more.
And move on. There was other grateful folks there that we spoke to. Um, had some great ideas about upcoming shows, and trust me, it's not about us. It was about Sebastian. So
it's nobody's business if you and Katie go to the moon. You know, people just need to mind their own business, and Seth goes off of the grid all the time, and nobody mentions anything about where he's at because nobody cares. But but everybody cares. Anything you guys do, and it's nobody's business. You guys just need to be able to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and I agree. But it's also, just plain ridiculous that they can't go out in public without, a possibility of a picture being taken of them and thrown all over the internet. Like, they are grieving just as well as Seth. Like,
Okay, so bingo, lover girl. There are tons of photos of Chris and Katie out doing whatever they want, but none of them are hanging flyers. None of those photos are of them hanging up flyers. I agree. Because by golly, if they do anything like that, there would be pictures of it, right? The news would be covering it, right? Because their son is missing. They'd be asking for help to find him. Again, I can't tell you how many videos I've watched of Gina De Jesus's mother hanging flyers for her, of Amanda Berry's sister and her mother who passed away of congenital heart disease, of a literal broken heart, is what they were saying on the news, because her daughter was missing and she passed away before she was found. Their family members were looking for them everywhere. Even Gina De Jesus's father was looking for her in dumpsters, you guys. He had a bunch of the men out there looking for his daughter in dumpsters. He was so scared that she may have ended up in one of them. That's what a normal parent does. That's what a normal parent does. So, right. Exactly. Valley Gal says upcoming shows like the bike rally you never followed through with. Just asking, right? I mean, that would be a great place to spread awareness, because the bikers really do care about kids, especially. They're always showing up for the kids. Um, I know from personal experience, they're good guys. They're trying to help out, right? They will spread awareness if they know about it, right? But they have to become aware of that. And I agree. They should have definitely been doing that instead of this. Hey Shadow, good to see you. Hey KJ, good to see you. I just played you on my members only. Well, your footage of Mr. Craddock. I called you the early worm, or the early bird that got the worm. So, and you did. You were there early. You got Mr. Craddock on his way in the door. So, okay, guys. So here is a little bit more of this.
Stop the nonsense. It's not doing any good. It's not doing anything to bring him home. Like that should be top priority other than, oh my God, can you believe Chris and Katie were at a motorcycle shop? And then you got Betty saying they were at a motorcycle shop and went off to a motorcycle rally. And I mean, stop. What is that
Well,
doing?
once again, that this is where a lot of this comes into play. People don't know us. You don't know our hobbies. You don't know our interests. You don't know the things that we had ideas of doing, people we went and spoke to. I mean, yeah, I own a motorcycle. So does Katie. So if I go to a
Yeah.
motorcycle shop, I'm either going there for parts, I may have questions, but also at that same event, we also had flyers out at every single table, and we were talking to all different types of people out there. It was a good turnout. It was a good deal.
Of course.
So, I mean, Seth has done his things.
Okay, guys. So he just admitted that they were at the bike rally, right? They did go to a bike rally. But I also want to take this down really quick and put this other one up since he's talking about the subject of the these infamous photos, right? That were shared of Chris and Katie wearing Sebastian's t-shirt the night that Chris went over, and he demanded from Seth that he tell the public that they're working together, right? Okay, so here it is. Here's another photo that was snapped, and that's Chris demanding that they work together, but they went to the bike shop instead of Sebastian's vigil. Okay, that's the problem. And guys, it's not called a vigil. It's not called a visual. It's called a vigil. And he went there before to demand Seth work together and tell everybody now and blah, 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 so he can go off with Katie to the bike shop. It's absolutely egregious.
Sebastian Rogers' mom and stepdad, Chris and Katie Proudfoot, skipped another one of his vigils to go motorcycle shopping, allegedly. When I first saw these pictures, I thought there's no way this is what they chose to do instead. I thought the pictures were old, but as someone pointed out, they are wearing the missing Sebastian Rogers shirt Katie designed.
Okay, here we go. It says, "Hi, everyone. Katie Proudfoot has designed a shirt for those interested in showing their support to help find Sebastian. They can be ordered at cost from Cooper's. Shirts in sizes small through large are $22 for every one size above. It's $1 more per X. Let's continue to keep Sebastian's name and face out there through these and other efforts. Please know that Katie, Chris, and the Bauer Sox continue to share information about Sebastian far and wide. Do not believe the stories that they have done nothing. In time, hopefully, they will share more, but for now, their focus and efforts are strictly doing everything they can to find him. Please keep Sebastian and all of his family in your prayers. Let's bring Sebastian home." This is Cooper's Printing and Embroidery. This is where the t-shirts were produced for sale at cost, $22 a piece.
When someone called her out, she tried to lie and say that was years ago. But how can it be if she's
Yeah, how can it be, Katie, Chris, since you're still lying to this day about what happened here? Since you're still lying, this is Katie Proudfoot, her post. The trade-in was years ago, not months, and we were not there during the vigil. And we were not there to trade the bike in. And I own it. And that was my best impression of "I own it, Katie," right? Because that's her "I own it." It's not this sweet little Katie. No, it's "I own it. I own it." All right, here we go.
wearing that shirt? I've been searching through the Find Sebastian Rogers groups.
Okay, so she went searching through the Sebastian Rogers groups, pulled this in, right? The person who took the photo posted in another group the actual information from their phone. The photo was taken on April 20th at 1:20 p.m. No matter what, if your child is and it got cut off, right? But that's just showing when the photo was actually taken. So they were there at 1:20 p.m. on the day of Sebastian's vigil, which was April 20th.
And I found this post that says the person who took those pictures verified they were taken on Saturday. Who goes motorcycle shopping while their child is missing? In my opinion,
These two. And there's no way it could have been a year ago or anything before then, right? Because they wouldn't be wearing these pictures, or excuse me, they wouldn't be wearing these t-shirts if that was the case. Because Sebastian wasn't missing yet. Duh.
someone who knows more than she's saying.
How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
Look at her. She's laughing. What is wrong with her? Jeez Louise. I mean, looks at Chris like, oh, what should I say? Oh my God. And then he says something.
Maybe buying motorcycles is her coping mechanism now. This is just my opinion, but I think a lot of people will agree with me. Katie and Chris Proudfoot are shady people. I know Seth came out and said they're working together now, but I just don't trust them.
Right, there's Katie. She likes to be an evil girl. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Chris, and we're going to listen to him lie his ass off to all of the panel that was on Queen Bees that night, as well as everybody that was in her chat and anybody that watched the replay of this. He likes to insult people's intelligence. Chris is really good at that because if you're lying to somebody, you're insulting their intelligence.
I own a motorcycle. So does Katie. So if I go to a motorcycle shop, I'm either going there for parts, I may have questions, but also at that same event, we also had flyers out at every single table, and we were talking to all different types of people out there. It was a good turnout. It was a good deal.
Of course.
So, I mean,
I didn't see him talking to anybody but Katie. They were standing across from each other. They were, humping a bike, one on either side of it. Okay, that's what I saw. I didn't see them passing out flyers or spreading awareness, talking to people about Sebastian. It's Detroit. Bullshit. Bullshit. Hey, blessed in Florida, good to see you. It's bullshit. A complete bullshit. And Valley Gal says, I love your inflection. I have to try to, all of her different personas, right? Personalities or accents, I guess. I don't know. But she does, do the whole persona because, like, when she's biker Katie, she's wearing the biker outfit and she's like, choice words were used. Right? That's Katie. I have to, keep up with her the many faces of Katie. Kids threw treats at the Foots visiting the zoo by mistake. Oh my goodness. I know. If it was a year ago, then somebody's in big trouble. Didn't Duchess help with those t-shirts? Oh, good Lord. That's so true. Witchy says, well, if they wanted to insist it's from a year ago, then I insist we look at at that year as premeditation. Definitely. Do the police not listen to when they're talking though? Like, this is him just a couple weeks ago. No, it wasn't a couple weeks ago. It was probably like a month and a half ago. It was definitely before my trip that they did this shit panel, right? So, oh, geez.
Seth has done his things where he's had great turnouts. He's been able to spread the word, doing different things. I'm not going to bash the guy.
Exactly, Detroit. Right. Sybil 2.0.
Yeah, but I think it's just like what I was trying to say. It's like, it's ridiculous. They act like you all aren't allowed to come outside of your house, but on the other hand, it's like these people, they say that like the other one can't do any wrong. Like, that's the part that I'm saying needs to stop. Like, all three of you guys are grieving. I can't.
Okay, no, I don't believe that Seth can do no wrong. I'm just saying that he does the right thing. I'm not saying he does no wrong by any means. I wouldn't say that. You know, we're all people. We all strive to be good people. We all sin, but we're all striving to be a good person, hopefully, right? Most of us. But no, it's not even about that. They make it like we hold Seth to this higher standard, but it's because he's holding himself to that standard. That's what that is. It's because he's doing the right thing. So why wouldn't we applaud good behavior and praise good behavior rather than the bad behavior? Because Chris saying that he's over here looking at reptiles because it's for Sebastian, woof. Okay, not true at all. And everybody knows that, even the panel people that are kissing his patoot.
Can't imagine. And like, it's none of our business what your all's hobbies are and who you like to talk to and who you don't like to talk to. Like, that has nothing to do with bringing Sebastian back home. And that's the part that just irritates me to death because at the end of the day, who cares? You know, like, we want nothing more than Sebastian to be home. And all of this bickering back and forth and this craziness, like, I don't know, it's not doing any good in my opinion, and I wish it would stop, but it's not going to. So
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, we just don't lose your faith, and you keep hoping, you pray, and he'll come home. He will.
Yeah.
and please give Katie a big hug from all of us for sure. I mean, we've definitely, like I said, been praying and sending you guys all of our love and thoughts and prayers and everything, and it's going to continue.
Oh, thank you.
Chris, you're a hell of a strong man. Let me tell you that right now.
Oh my God, I'm telling you right now, Chris, you're a bad big man. Oh Lord help us. Liberty, Justin, I remember this. Justin spoke to the owner of the bike shop and they did not have flyers there, nor did they say one word about Sebastian to anybody. I mean, they have him on their shirt. All they have to say is, this is my son, he's been missing. But they weren't there for that, They weren't there to talk about Sebastian. They were there to talk about what they were going to do next. That is so suspicious. Just as suspicious as Chris's barber, in my opinion. Mark, Jesus, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. The entire story is a lie, Liberty. The entire story is a lie. And they continue to keep telling the lie, right? They keep going up there. Oh, let me get up on the panel so I can tell another lie. I mean, it is. It's vomitocious, Holly. It really is. It's awful. Seth has proven he was at work and Sebastian was in Katie's care. Chris still hasn't provided proof where he was. So I know. I mean, I just don't even take that guy's story for truth. It just seems like it was so scripted. The guy I'm talking about, the guy that said he was Chris's supervisor. You know, everything they do is our business as long as Sebastian is missing. All eyes are on you scumbags. 100% crazy bird. That's it. I mean, that's what makes us want to scream when we don't see them doing anything to find Sebastian, but yet they're going to all of these events. I mean, again, people grieve in different ways, but it's very telling. It's kind of like when the Menendez brothers were not grieving, they were going out buying high ticket items and living their best life. Like that's what got them caught. Was because they were doing shit like Chris and Katie are doing and drawing attention to themselves. So, and it is, in my opinion, it's a public safety issue and concern. If they can hurt their own child, then or take their child and do this whole a ruse, I mean, they're capable of anything, no? So, just one of those things Sebastian is missing. I know. It's like, oh well, sooner or later he'll come home. How do you know, Chris? And he doesn't even sound that convincing. It's like he's feigning hope, which is weird. KJ Maxx says actually Foot's extracurriculars have everything to do with Sebastian missing, in my opinion. It paints the picture of reality rather than the one they want us to believe. KJ Maxx, that's perfectly said. That is perfectly said. That's exactly it. And that's why it's concerning to us because we know that there were 5 CPS reports. We know that Katie didn't stick around long before she was gone out of that house. And the only thing the police asked her to do was stay at the house. You want to get down to the meat and potatoes? They asked her to stay home in case he comes back. She put a blanket out for him. So she must have changed the code to the front door because he knew the code to the front door, supposedly. I mean, I don't know. I didn't live with them. I'm just saying what they said. They're the ones that told us that. I didn't make it up. You know? So no, I know exactly. I've messed up a lot too. You know, Detroit, none of us are perfect, but we love our kids, you know, more than ourselves, more than life itself. Exactly, Detroit. And there's no way that I would ever act like this either. There's no way that I would miss seeing somebody honor my child ever. I would never dream of it. How do you think Sebastian felt knowing that he was getting an award, knowing how proud he would have been of himself to have gotten that award for FFA, and to know that his mom wasn't there? She didn't bother. But you know what? Katie was truthful about this, that when Sebastian had something, Seth was in the front row because Seth was in the front row. As a matter of fact, Seth had to take that award in place of his son. Where were you, Katie? So when you talk about, "Oh, I can't believe that Sebastian has to come back to this toxic, horrible world that we live in." No, Katie, because he's not gonna care about that. He's gonna hold you accountable for you not showing up. You, his mom. He doesn't care if I'm there. He doesn't care if Detroit is there or Holly or Bo or little Miss Sharon. Sorry, guys, you guys are on my screen right now. He doesn't care if we were there. He cares if you were there, Katie. Because you're his mom and he loves you and he wants you to look for him. He wants you to be there for him. But instead, where were you at, Katie? Where were you? Let's see. April 20th. She might have been home if this picture was taken at 1:20 in the afternoon. She was over there at the bike shop. Where's her at the bike shop? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the one with the butt out. Perfect. Perfect. And Sebastian's flyer. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. That's where you were. Ew, really, Holly? His name is Vibrator? Bleh. Oh my god. And these are the people that he's on panel with. Are the cops not watching this? Am I being punked? Because this guy's name is truly Vibrator. Oh, gross. Disgusting. He sounded like an old dirty man, and I was not trying to say that yesterday because I stopped myself. I was like, he sounds like an old, and then I was like, never mind. I'm just gonna leave it. He's just a panel guest. He's not the subject of the conversation. But when you put it that way, wow. These are Chris and Katie's besties, right? The people that aren't really trying to help find Sebastian. A man named Vibrator. Perfect. Perfect, Bo. Why am I surprised? I have a feeling of, a little bit of shock, but then again, I'm like, no, because that's fitting, you know? Oh, okay, Jamie. Thank you so much for being here, hon. Oh, oh, how sweet. Yeah. Oh, I was watching a video on Maine Coons and they said that you have to groom them a lot because they have like such long hair and I was like, "Oh, how cute." I don't believe they ever advocate for Sebastian. There would be evidence of it. Yeah, if it were true. Yeah, Lover Girl, and you know what? I would stick up for them. I really would. Because I'm with Renee, the internet is forever on TikTok. That's where I found this video. And, you know, she was like, "Oh, I can't believe they're doing this." And I'm with her on that. I strongly agree. Um, and if they were in fact passing out flyers here or something like that, um, I would absolutely stand up for them, right? Or I'd make an excuse for Katie, like, well, maybe she doesn't want to be around Seth. No offense, Seth, but just speculating, like, okay, maybe that's what it was, or whatever. Maybe they didn't want, maybe she didn't want Proudfoot there running his, yapper, um, you know, something like that. But they just don't do any of it. I mean, we're lucky to see them sporting Sebastian's t-shirt. That's the major problem here. It drives me nuts, because he deserves to have it. And why didn't she have why didn't the news, when they did the interview with Katie, show her wearing the shirt? I mean, there were several opportunities in the interview where Katie actually looked down at her shirt, and they could have zoomed in on her. I mean, again, I don't care what I look like. If my son's missing, I don't care. I want awareness for him. Could you believe it, KJ? KJ says, What, Holly, for real? Yikes. I don't know if I should tremble or laugh. I know, well, especially because of in light of the other developments. I mean, you have one group getting kicked off of YouTube, and then you have this Chester Cheetah, unlocked a new Chester Cheetah that's been, advocating, air quotes, for Chris and Katie this whole time. So it makes you wonder. That's true. That is true, CC. I wonder if they were ever given any type of testing for that. You know? Karen says if they are handing out flyers at all the tables at the motorcycle rally, I would be surprised one or more of them ride for missing or exploited children didn't approach them to do a ride for Sebastian. Amen, Karen. And that's the thing. Bikers are always doing things like that, like a poker run. Somebody said that in the chat earlier. I saw that. I mean, those are the things that they do for children, specifically, and for their parents, for the missing's family. They're right there to help. And that's the thing, they're right there to help. And so why wouldn't they take that opportunity? I don't think that they were. We hear from a lot of people that worked with Chris that he didn't even talk about Sebastian or Katie. We heard from his boss that he was about to leave Katie. He was threatening to leave her. And then we heard from Katie saying, or excuse me, we heard someone say they spoke to Katie and she was saying the same thing. And she was upset that they were getting divorced. And it might have been Gail. Gail says, I feel like the supervisor was CP with the voice changer. It might have been. He was doing that voice changer crap all over the internet too, and he was doing all the different impersonations, of Kermit and all of these, ones that he did. KJ Max says the motive is what is revealed by their personal lives, and Sebastian is part of their personal lives. That's true. That is very true. And the events that transpired before Sebastian went missing are key, right? Those are key elements to finding what happened to Sebastian. Why is he missing all of a sudden? When you have all of these CPS reports. Hey, Gigi. So, I wonder if he's friends with Arctic. Yeah, I wonder. Little Miss Sharon, thank you so much for your super sticker. That's so sweet of you. Aw, thank you. So, thanks, Bo. Yeah, I mean, it's wild. And Chris is still trying to push this narrative. He's still, salty that he was caught. Well, him and Katie both were. Because honestly, I wouldn't have faulted him if he didn't go to the vigil. Right? It's not his child getting an award, it's Katie's. And he just proves time and time again, that he's not a good step parent, he's a step foot, you know? She is disgraceful, lover girl, and they want us to just, be okay with all of it. So I know. I think we've all done more than the detectives, Mark. It's wild, you know? So it is wild. It is wild. Don't you know who his mother is? Valley Gal. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, they need daily grooming. I was watching them groom their beautiful cats. Oh my gosh, needs lots of walks and exercise. I heard, yeah, they're very rambunctious, right? Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. I put a Maine Coon um on a couple of my thumbnails. So, Liberty, yes. Also, I think the entire thing was done for YouTube and Heather was in on it. I think that was TB's son, Danny B, who did that fake call pretending to be Crispy's supervisor and they recorded it for YouTube. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, yeah. I can see them doing that. I can absolutely see them doing that. Okay, so Detroit says spot on Liberty. I must have missed one of your comments. I don't believe that was any more CP supervisor than the man in the moon. Yeah, I would have to say yes. Yes. And Janet says, did Katie see Sebastian walk out that door? I mean, if she did, nobody else caught it on camera, which is nuts, because that neighborhood is nice, guys. It really is, and people have things that they want to keep an eye on, like boats and their big trucks, and they don't want people coming up on their property to, steal from them and stuff, or yeah, toy runs. They do all kinds of things for people, Veronica. They do, you know. Yeah, exactly. She's gonna lose that gravy train. And again, I have to keep pointing back to our friend that came up on the panel, Alana, and she's telling us, she saw it with her own two eyes that, Katie is being coached by Kathy and she's getting praised by Kathy to do wrong and to lie, you know? So no, but Lisa, he is a step putz. I call him step foot. But step putz is a good one too. Stink foot, dirty feet, stinky feet, anything that goes with feet. You do have a mini Maine Coon. Oh, I bet you they're so cute. Aw. My name's Chrissy. And all right, nobody ever to be reader right. Taught me to read it right. Oh Lord. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, he's a little pissy pants man. He really is. And he's a horrible liar. So is Katie. We all caught them up. And this was a long time ago. Like right when this all happened, people were like coming out and talking about it. Katie came out and tried to lie about it, you know. The network of PDF files is large and underground. These types share info and material to avoid getting caught and to share anyone associated with one is a suspect on that alone, in my opinion. Oh, absolutely. And right before I came on, I had a news flash come across, and apparently the 19 kids and counting family, Josh Duggar is serving time for being a Chester Cheetah with his sisters. And just recently, it was, oh God, they all have J names. Um, Give me a second because I got this update before I went live. Oh, no, I was on my other phone. So it should still be in my Google search. Um, Duggar. Oh no, actually, it was on the WSMV4 app, is where it came across. So, uh, he was arrested in Florida here, and he's being extradited back to Arkansas because he had hurt his one of his nieces. No, not Digger, Duggar. All right, arrested. So sorry, I thought it was going to pop up on there. Yeah, because Josh Duggar has been in trouble. Joseph Duggar. So yeah, Fox News just 2 hours ago. Joseph Duggar arrested for allegedly being a Chester cheetah with his 9-year-old girl during his vacation in Florida. His older brother Josh was convicted and sentenced to nearly 13 years in prison in 2022 for possessing child SA materials. Um, Joseph Garrett Duggar was arrested on Wednesday for allegedly being a Chester cheetah. The former 19 Kids and Counting star was arrested and charged with the Chester Cheetah Act of victim less than 12 years old and lewd and lascivious behavior conducted by a person 18 years or older. Bay County Sheriff's Office in Florida. The alleged victim, now 14, told investigators during a forensic interview that the allegations happened while she was on vacation to Panama City Beach in Florida with her family in 2020. Poor baby. During the vacation, the former reality star allegedly asked the girl to sit on his lap. What a gross. He's just gross. And he's married to Kendra Duggar, right? They all have like really pretty wives and they're all creepy little creepersons. So yeah, he's okay. So Duggar, who lives in Arkansas, excuse me, is awaiting extradition to Florida. My bad, I got that mixed up. But yeah, I'm not going to read all the crap he did, but you could tell he's been in trouble for this. He is going to be looking at serving some justice for this, and rightfully so. So, hey, Haunting Hope, good to see you, hon. Why is it that these two haven't had anyone that knows them publicly speak in support of them, or have they? And I just haven't heard. You know, Katie had one friend that came out and spoke um, about knowing Seth, Katie, and Sebastian, and in living in California, and she was very neutral. You know, she wasn't trying to blame one person or another. She was saying, neutral things about Chris and Katie. But I agree. I haven't heard anyone come out to support them at all. I mean, there was that one guy Julio on Duchess's channel, but I don't believe him, you know? And Haunting Hope says, I mean, to be fair, I haven't heard anyone who has come forward to speak against them or, yeah, either, or for them. I haven't either. Only that one girl, but she was mostly focused on, because she didn't know Chris, you know? I know what mom doesn't go to a vigil, Mark. I mean, I just don't understand that at all. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, you know? So, but no, I mean, I have not seen or heard from anybody come forward. Now Yada came forward and she spoke about Katie, but she was saying that Katie was, you know, watching the interviews and, making it up as she goes along, kind of the same consensus and conclusion that we came to. Brenda Calvert says mommy issues and takes it on every woman he comes in contact with, in my opinion, definitely. And he has short man syndrome, in my opinion, a Napoleon complex, you know. I wondered that too because they are affiliated. Well, excuse me, Craddock's dad has the company, the electrical company. Yeah. Liberty says, I bet Craddock's dad's company has done electrical wiring for Danny G's builds. Makes you wonder. Well, and I know that the house that captured the flashlight video is up on the market, up for sale. Um and it's with Kathy's um thank you Ava. It's with Kathy's real estate company allegedly. I never saw KP say exactly which door and how she knows that. Right? She says that most of the time Sebastian would go out the front door and lock it behind himself. But the thing about those locks, um the little digital keypad locks, is that usually they'll lock up for you. So it's not like you have a keypad on the other side that you have to type the code in order to lock it. It typically locks on its own after it's been shut for, a few. So, you know, just something, just something. I could believe that Liberty. My family had a commercial construction company and political positions, and much is accomplished by who knows who. And that's the good old boy system too that we're dealing with, KJ. That's a big part of it, who knows who. When it came time to bid on projects, definitely likely. Yeah, because they're going to give it to their friends. One hand washes the other type of a thing. Absolutely. It's alarming just how many Peter files. That's a good one. British version. Yes, that's a good one. We have to like mask it, which is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like it's horrible. I would like to just out all of those creepy crackheads that do that, right? They are nowadays. It's beyond petrifying. Well, to be honest, and I agree with that too, Titch. It's like, you know, I don't know if it's just that we're hearing about it more. I saw another like body cam of a woman that was doing the same thing with one of her students. And I'm like thinking to myself, what the heck is wrong with you? It's petrifying, and it's happening to little boys, happening to little girls, by both, you know, um, men and females. It's just awful. The father is super creepy. I know. I agree with that, Detroit. He hid it for so long. That's why I was upset with Megyn Kelly because she did an interview with the Duggars and the daughters, and in my opinion, it was kind of sugar coated. But I like I like Megyn Kelly. Don't get me wrong. It's just that particular situation didn't sit well with me. Another Duggar, Bo. I know. I saw it flash across my screen, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, "What the heck? Another Duggar?" Because I was like, "What did Josh do?" Because he also got in trouble while he's been incarcerated. Josh Duggar has. So, but then I was like, "Joseph Duggar, who's that?" But I mean, there's 19 kids and counting, so they have a lot of people in their family, a lot of Duggars, right? And I wasn't sure if it was one of the other brothers, and so I looked, and sure enough, it was. Um, Yeah, it's astounding. It's astounding. I'm just glad that, we know. I'm glad he got caught. I'm glad that little girl was so brave, so brave of her to come forward. He has 4 kids, Lisa? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, see, I didn't have enough time to get into it. Yeah. Detroit, it was gross. It was just disgusting. Like, the article, I just didn't wanna ugh. I agree. I agree, Liberty, especially everything that we see coming out on the daily. Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, now we can explain why Tennessee BS is not addressed. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Twitch says, "Oh yes, for sure. I think the DP needs to be brought back for that crime." I do too. I don't think there's any other solution. And then taxpayers are having to pay for them to sit, where they're at. Um, you know. Yeah, Terry B did make some concerning. Hello, good to see you. Also, Martin Van Buren says, "Well, Terry B Jr. did make some concerning remarks about Chris." Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. And they were correct in my opinion. Mark Mark says it's the hardest the hardest 4 years of his life for Chris was 2nd grade. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Oh my gosh. Warrior princess. How Chris is capable of doing Sebastian and he is evil. I mean, even taking him somewhere, if they whatever they've done here, and I still can't figure it out. I wish I could. Um, Obviously we've been all racking our brains. No, she didn't. That's right. Yada did not come out and stick up for Katie. To the contrary, she was. actually saying, Katie can be very manipulative. Katie went through a lot. She learned how to manipulate because of what she went through. She said that Seth absolutely asked for Katie's hand in marriage, that it was not anything like, nasty old fish sticks was trying to portray the relationship. She came out and really said a lot. She said a lot that really helped Seth more than it did Katie. I mean, absolutely. So, short, chunky man syndrome, Valley Gal. And boy, did Foot scare Yada into compliance. Yes. Well, and that was the thing. I did watch that, and Yada looked like she was like being held hostage or something. It was pretty wild. It was pretty wild, that's for sure. Hey, Seth says wood chipper time. Exactly. That's about the only solution, right? Uh yeah, the house beside their is it 106? Did I look at the wrong listing? Maybe I looked at the wrong listing. It was 1006. Which is a lot nicer than their house, by the way, because I did look at the listing. Of course, why wouldn't I look at the listing? But my daughter's lock is automatic and will lock behind you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Detroit. I think they're all like that for the most part. I wish we could know what kind of lock. I wish they would have taken, some sort of forensics on the lock. That would have been the smartest thing to do, Um, no, the laws are not. They're not. He got 13 years or whatever. I mean, it's more than most. Oh, and I also found out that the disrespectful hussy, Tony Jones, got remarried. I saw that too today on Facebook. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I hope that poor lady is careful, you know?" In my opinion, with the Duggars, the mother is just as gross. Yeah, she allows for it. She's like, "Well, we made the girls lock their rooms up at night, but why would you put them through that?" Like, oh gosh, it drove me nuts when they had that all of those interviews and them coming out, and then Josh got indicted, and I was definitely following that. And the Huckabees were supporting that family, and it was just a whole mess, intertwined with all kinds of people in power. Um, and now here's another situation. No Navy friends have come out to my knowledge, Karen. No, no, exactly. Sammy says, I think he was heavily bullied in second grade up until whatever age he stopped maturing CP. It makes me wonder because he's so hateful. It absolutely makes me wonder. Hey, couponing, good to see you, Super Sleuth. So, yeah, I think Crispy was a bully, and I think he was bullied. I do. I do think he probably was bullied by his mom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. But yeah, you never know. Sometimes the bullied become bullies. You know. Titch says, Lady, have you heard anything about the neighbor, CC? Chris from Mob thinks he is involved. Personally, I don't think so, but would be interested to hear more. Just not convinced right now. I don't know if he's involved, but he sure has done some weird stuff. I actually have a couple of screenshots that I was asking one of his friends, why didn't he turn in the camera footage that he has in Jennifer Coffindoffer's chat. And she was talking a lot before I asked that question, then she abruptly left. So, excuse me, I don't know if he's involved, but I wouldn't doubt it because he's just acted very strange. And he was the one that allegedly said some things like it's bad, it's so very, very bad. But then again, he's not tried to help with information. He hasn't been forthcoming with information. So I just don't know, but I haven't watched Mob Crew, so I'll have to maybe get caught up. So, because I've kind of been trying to get caught up with everything And I think we'll probably do a review of Mr. and Mrs. E. They had a retired police officer on their panel, and I still haven't watched it, so I'm gonna go watch it, and we might do a review, because I think that's really interesting, and I like having the perspective. It's like when Chris comes on panel with Josh, you know, or when Dr. Gary Burkado was on. Um, Always love to hear their perspective on things. I think it's so important. Aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. Bullied at home, in my opinion, than bullied at school. Yeah, Titch, I mean, it's very possible. And I think that, I the only thing I really can say about Chris's bio dad is he seems to be in on the family BS, but then also he's an over the road truck driver. I know that. And they could have something on him, haunting hope. That's true. That is very true. Oh, yeah, absolutely, couponing, you're welcome. I wondered how come his cam video wasn't turned in. Yeah. I mean, it's just there's just so many things that they dropped the ball on, you know? They just really did, and it's frustrating. Aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. Yeah, definitely go check it out, guys. I've heard, people were recommending it earlier, in the members only. And I was like, "That's cool," because I mean, I totally forgot they did that. Like, I knew they were gonna do it, and I think I was traveling at that time. So, I just wasn't, um, I had GPS and stuff like that. I wasn't, um, watching. I think it probably was when I was traveling, but either way, I wanna go watch it again. I also wanted to do the review where of the E's with Josh on the panel because that was really good. I did get to watch that one. Um, and Josh is awesome, guys. I just love Josh. He's got the best sense of humor. He's really funny, even when he doesn't mean to be funny. He just is. He's got a good, heart, good, sense of humor. Yeah, well, yeah, it's interesting. It's just like when we did the review the other night of Mr. Fox. He did a really great job, and I've never really watched his videos before, but all of the new things that he was kind of teaching us to look out for, or some of the things that we had learned from Susan Constantine, I found it to be so interesting, you know, how he was perceiving everything. So it made me think, and I love that, you know? And his cameras allegedly had the audio too, right? Yeah, Crazy Bird. Um, oh, I bet not, Mark. I've heard actually I heard more of negative things about how he acts and everything than I did positive, right? But they say that he was in a horrible mood that day, that he had a bad attitude, but it's like par for the course for him. So, yeah. Liberty says the thing is, Tennessee has never had good detectives, even in the big city police departments. They don't have a history of solving cases there really ever. Yeah, and that's my biggest problem with Brandon Carter. When I was looking into him, he has never even solved a case. He's new. He's not a seasoned detective by any means. And then he's given the biggest case that they have. It just blows my mind. And he says that they have world-renowned detectives and all of this. They don't. They don't. It's a total exaggeration and a lie. And again, when people lie to us, it's just insulting our intelligence. That's all they're doing. They think we're stupid. We think we're going to believe that crap, you know? Or they think we're going to believe that crap. Brenda says they went over the red flags in the case with the retired detective. It was interesting. Really? Oh my gosh, Brenda, I can't believe I've missed that. Oh, he's the one that CP rode around with looking for Sebastian that day. Not hard to ride around with a guy who might have helped. If he was innocent, then he would most definitely have turned in his video. I know, especially, I mean, it would have been a direct view to the Proudfoot residence. Yeah, I've always wondered why he didn't turn that footage over, you know? So, it's just it's terrible. Um, it really is. It's too bad because Sebastian deserves better than this. He really does. Um, yeah, that's what they he said we have world-renowned detectives, and I'll never forget that cocky little shit, Eric Craddock, telling everybody, "Well, if my kids were missing, I would want these people on the case." Really? You wouldn't mind if one of your kiddos was missing for 2 years, Eric? I doubt that. I highly doubt that. He has a beautiful family, guys, by the way. No shade there. But definite shade to that comment. What a cocky little shit ass. And he's not doing anything to help. These are the people you'd want on your child's case? You'd want your child to be missing for 2 years? Oh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And he knows it. That's why he didn't show his little wormy face. He wormed his way in before, you know? Did you miss it too, Sammy? Oh my goodness. We'll have to do it. We'll have to do the red flags. Yeah, we're going to have to review that because I love to do that with you guys. And I just adore the ease. I think they do such a good job. Yeah, he didn't know about the stuff they do with tech now, etc. I mean, they just really let everybody trample all over the crime scene. Good to see you, Sasha. They did. They just let everybody go in there and just contaminate the shit out of the crime scene, which we all know that's not the way to do things. I mean, we don't have to be a police officer to understand why that's not a good idea. We don't have to be a detective, an investigator. We could just be someone off the street and realize that that is not a good idea. You're bringing foreign DNA into a situation. But it doesn't seem like that they were even looking for that, you know? So, and he might not care, who knows? That's true. He has nothing to do with his kids, does he? Well, I just think it's weird. Like Craddock and when he's over with the let me see if I can take this down and pull it up. He does the shop with a cop, right? Which um I found out that there's a lot of shop with a cop events that are done all over the place. Like I was looking at pictures of shop with a cop um the United States and stuff like that. And so it was pretty cool. And in all the pictures, I just don't want to show the kids up here, I'm trying not to. But like they all had a face that they looked like they were happy to be, shopping with the cop. For this event where we see Eric Craddock doing the shop with a cop thing, um the kids look kind of strange. Like they don't look like they're happy. They don't look like they're sad. They just look like they're kind of um weirded out. I don't know. I hate to say cuz I know it's little kids, but they just don't seem to be in a happy situation. Um so let's see. I put it in this video. Okay, here. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Let me just back it up just a teeny tiny bit. All right. Oh, here we are. Here's the snuggle struggles. All right. So, like he's a dad, right? He has kids. So you would think he would be accustomed to being around kids. But he doesn't seem to be, and the kids don't seem to be enjoying themselves very much. They just kind of here's our graphic. Oh, okay, and this is the weirdo cops, right? That were causing trouble. Okay, so this is 1 year at Christmas for Kids, and this poor girl, this poor little girl, she's like, he's like, "Oh, you want this little girl?" Like, I don't know, he looks weird. He looks weird, guys, and this poor girl looks like she's not having the best time of her life, even though she's getting free toys and new clothes and, I mean, us girls, we love our new clothes. And then look at this little girl. Like he looks like he's nervous to be around a child. He looks like he's surrounded by kids, but he's nervous of them. Kids are very intuitive though. Maybe that's it. It's a photo op for sure, but he's not doing a very good job of looking, and looking like he's enjoying it, or the kids don't very much look like they're enjoying it. Very strange. Back to snuggle struggles. All right, I know we give him hell over here, but I can't help it. um I can't help it. He's Sheriff Snuggle Struggles. But yeah, how he can't see what is going on with the yeah, he's an elitist. Yeah, I agree, Liberty. I agree. And he goes for um different speaking opportunities at the college that he's an alumnus of, right? He's from Northwestern University is where he graduated from. And it's just amazing to me that he would do an event about public safety, but he has a young man from his area, from his jurisdiction, that he has been on the case since day one, and he hasn't found Sebastian Rogers. You know? I know, Seth. That's what I said. I was like, he's doing it with little girl. Like, seriously, I wouldn't want my daughter doing a Christmas with a cop thing or a shop with a cop thing with Eric Craddock. Hell to the no. Mm-mm. No, sir. Because you just don't know if that's his mindset. And then not too long ago, I know I posted this. Um, let's see, because I think Shady posted this, and I was like, oh my gosh, another one. Um, is it this one? No. Oh, here he is. Oh gosh, check this mug. Oh Lord, this man, and he looks creepy as they come. So this I just shared. Tell me again how there's nothing wrong in Tennessee, right? So Chronicles of the Shady says this world feels so evil right now. Sick MFers. At least this one got arrested. Wish they would get to arresting the ones in the White House. Detective booked into own jail. A sheriff's detective in Campbell County, Tennessee, detective has been indicted following an SA abuse material CSAM investigation. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says agents got a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, guys. They then identified Zachary Bryce Daughtery, a detective with the Campbell County Sheriff's Office, as the account user. Gross. Ew, look at this creepy guy. Ugh. He is charged with aggravated exploitation of a minor. Daughtery was arrested and booked into the Campbell County Jail on a $75,000 bond. They gave him the bond. He deserves a wood chipper. Right, Seth? He does. Look at this. This is Tennessee, guys. Campbell County, I'm not sure how far it is away. That's right, locked up in the jail where he worked. Ooh, he's going to get Bubba's going to get him. Bubba, he better, hopefully he'd been nice to those people. That's right, locked up in the jail where he worked. Daughtery was fired immediately following the arrest, as he should be. Look at him. Ugh. Talk about dead eyes. There's no soul in there, guys. I guarantee gosh dang it. There's no soul. No soul in there. Yep. And now he's spending time in his own jail. Ooh wee. Laura says, "Hey y'all, good to see you, Laura. Good to see you. Just came in to leave my DNA on the button. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Laura. Thank you so much. Another wood chipper, Bo. Another wood chipper, right? Straight in there, buddy. Come on, we got room for you. Hold on, let's finish up with the last one because there's a lot of them. But I'm glad this guy got arrested. I'm glad they caught him. And every time they catch one of them, they're going to go in his devices and look, like we was talking about earlier. I mean, they're just going to go in there and look and find more and more friends for the wood chipper, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't know that I completely agree with, everything that's been going on here lately in the White House, but there's a lot of people who are, coming up on these Epstein files and such. But yeah, I can't even believe they gave him any type of way to get out. Campbell County detective in Tennessee, and again, his name, just so you guys we can keep up with him, is Daughtery, right? Zachary Bryce Daughtery, right there. Here we go. Detective douchebag, right? Bag of douche. Yeah, KJ says, Seth, I was thinking about why they won't release the case. It will reveal all they neglected to do at the start of the third party were to comb through the entire set of files. I agree, KJ. I agree with that. You know? I do. I think they don't want to be shown. Um, I don't think they want to show that in the beginning they messed up. Absolutely. Yep, exactly. No specials at all, just the wood chipper. Oh my goodness. He better not drop that soap, Marion. Oh, goodness sakes. That is a detective out of Campbell County in Tennessee. Woo, Holly. Oh my goodness. Meet Big Bubba. They're gonna have fun with his sick ass. Amen. And thank you, Witchy. And Haley's Law is gonna help this a lot. I think that the grooming and everything, when kids know about that and they know these red flags, what to look for, that's gonna help tremendously. While I'm on here, um, I want to go to Haley's Law really quick here. Oh God. Bleh. I've just been posting a lot of gross stuff lately. My Lord. And all that crap with um oh, that's the one I when I shared Queen Bees out. Okay, yeah, I got taken down. Haley Busby. Oh, there's Cole. Let's see. Gosh, it must have been a while. Oh, here it is. Oh, I just love this. Okay, so this is an acronym for Haley's Law and what they're trying to do. And this is just a kid-friendly thing, right? This is a coloring worksheet for little ones. For the littles, they can color this and, get to know, hide personal information, right? Like your name, age, school, location, and photos. Avoid private conversations with strangers, especially moved off the platform, right? So if you're playing Roblox and somebody asks you to talk to them somewhere else, just say no, right? Don't do it. It's very dangerous. There's people that are bad men and bad women. Tell our kids there's bad men and bad women out there. Don't just make them out to be a monster. These are people that are walking among us, right? Little kids are going to understand this. They will understand. Identify grooming tactics, right? Flattery, gifts, secrecy, pressure. Oh, gosh. Leave and block immediately. No explaining, no arguing, right? Just leave, just block them, right? I mean, I could just see a campaign for like block them people, right? Block those nasties. Block the people if they try to ask you what your real name is, where do you live, where do you go to school? Block them. right straight away, because they're mean, bad, ladies and gentlemen out there that aren't just so ladylike or gentlemanlike. Evidence, save screenshots and messages, right? Don't delete it. Snap a picture, show it to mom, show it to dad, give it to a trusted adult, take it to the police, because that's where the parents need to go straight away. So the police can identify these people that your child, dodged a bullet, right? Literally. Because Haley's no longer with us, guys, and she was 17 years old. You are not in trouble. Tell a trusted adult. You're not the one that's going to be in trouble for this. It's not your fault. It's the sick guy or sick girl that did this, right? Good night, Witchy Mama. Thank you so much for being here. I know, I know. Valley Gale says, I'm floored by the corruption in Tennessee, and I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. Crazy. Right. I know, I know. It's so disheartening, And again, Tennessee is such a beautiful state. Um, it's sad. And there's really good people there too. I have no faith that the plan to truly take down the pedophile rings, they just appease us with some low level and mid level. Well, players, I know, exactly. There's higher ups in that, KJ, and that's the thing. Where are they getting this material? We need to find out who they're getting it from, the root cause, right? Sasha says the public can call internal affairs on the law enforcement sector, so it may behoove all of us to call internal affairs. Yeah, I mean, because I don't think anybody's going to do anything at the level that we need them to, Sasha. I think that's a good idea. That police department helped him escape after he was arrested. I know, I know. How horrible. That is horrible. Aw, thank you guys so much for hitting the like button. You guys are amazing. And thank you, Mod, so much for encouraging everyone to do that. It really means a lot to me. Sammy says the problem is we're always taught stranger danger, need more focus on internet danger, intimate partner danger, uncle danger, teacher danger, stepfoot danger, friends on the internet, etc. That's so true. Sammy, it's really eye-opening when we see it, being most of the time it's who they have access to, right? So family members, friends, neighbors, right? That's why it's like you have to watch the kids like a hawk and just make sure no one is trying to corrupt them or hurt them. Um, it is just so sad. It's just so sad. Because we shouldn't have to teach the kids like don't, trust no one, but it's really like trust no one. Well, and I guess too it's like a matter of even if you do trust that person or you think that person is a good person, if they're doing this, they're not. That's your red flags. These are the red flags, right here. And it's you're right. I mean, if that's anybody, if someone in their real life is using these tactics like giving them, flattery, gifts, secrecy, pressure, if you ever feel pressured by anybody, or if you feel like people are making you keep secrets, if they're giving you gifts and you don't know why, just tell an adult. It doesn't have to be something major, but at least if the kids know what to look for and they tell an adult and it's like, "Oh no, that's okay." Right? Because some kids might take it very quite literally and say, "Well, I get birthday presents." No, baby, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about birthday presents. We're not talking about those types of presents or gifts. And then that opens up the conversation. This is actually what we're thinking of, what we're meaning by a gift, right? Or flattery. Yeah, if somebody says, you're very pretty, you know, well, how did they say it? I mean, and that's what's so terrible, you know? So I have a little bit, yes, Seth. Did you ever research what actually happened in Millersville? Are you talking about like when they had the drive-by in Millersville and then there was the um corruption there? Well, one of the officers was being um I mean, arguably, they were trying to off him for exposing corruption. Because I know, um, yeah, it makes me not trust them either, Seth. Absolutely. Hey, Justice for Noog. Yeah, I did a little bit on that. I was actually trying to get one of the guys to come up on my panel. I put in for a request, and they said that he had too many speaking engagements or something, like he couldn't make it or something, and I'm like, oh, it's probably because I'm a small channel, you know. But I wanted him to come on and talk about it. um and as a matter of fact, I'm not sure if it's the same guy, but apparently the one that Crime Time Buzz spoke to is one of Craddock's good buddies, and he came out of the Millersville Police Department. Because they were like, I mean, it was a whole ass mess with them, a whole ass mess. Oh, good, Laura, good. Duggar messed in the wrong state. I think Florida has mandatory prison sentence for life. I'm not sure, but I think DeSantis made that law. I hope so. Yeah, I sure do hope so. Thank you, couponing, for sharing that link. Guys, Haley could not die in vain. I'm gonna tell you, she deserves so much better than what that creepazoid did to her. Yeah, it's too much to even process. It really is. It really is. I wonder if I can find that video. Seth says the TBI raided them because of what the chief of police was doing. He was collecting information on the Peter files in Tennessee, all the way up in government. TBI took all the evidence and it all disappeared. Yeah, yeah. They like went in there and got all the information. That, I mean, it was a total shit show. Yeah, yeah. I did a video on that, Seth. Or was it just a live stream? But I thought I did a video on it because um our friend Psalms did it. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a really good video." Um and I thought I had transformed it and played it. Um but it was a while back. It was a while back. Um let's see. Yeah, cuz I could have sworn I did. Um Let me see if it's this one. No, this is on the, oh, this is the Yellow Jacket. I'm gonna have to see if I can't find that. I know I made a video about it, and we watched it because yeah, there are definitely people out there talking about the major corruption in CPS as well, and that they were selling off kids to the highest bidder. That CPS was. Right? And why would they wanna do that? I mean, some of them, maybe they want kids and they can't have them, but, I'm gonna say it's for more nefarious purposes, in my opinion, because why wouldn't you do it the right way and, adopt? And some people might say, "Well, you know, adoption's expensive, it's a process, everything like that," but it still doesn't make it right what they're doing, in my opinion. Um Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to look for that because I just know we covered it here. Um, I just know we did because it's quite shocking, to say the least. And the corruption needs to be uncovered. It really does. We can't continue um to pretend like it's not happening. I mean, it's coming out everywhere. Um it's coming out everywhere. And even the things that have happened. No, that's not it. That have happened to all the other kids in the system, and then them putting children who have special needs in prison. you know so mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know where I put that darn thing, but I know we covered it here. I might even have to find the live if I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I made a video because I don't remember playing it straight from the channel. Um, so I'll have to go searching for it. Because I mean, it definitely matters as it pertains to Sebastian's case, because people would think, oh, well, why would a sheriff's office act this way, But I mean, there's a lot of proof that a lot of things had gone down that were not only inappropriate, but could be definitely whoopsies could definitely be considered corrupt, to say the least. I mean, who sells children from CPS? You know? Seth, they both work for the state of Tennessee. They're protecting their own ass, in my opinion, right? Yeah, the TBI sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, when they put out the false narrative of Katie and they're okay to do that, it just. Oh, definitely. Yeah, the shit should roll uphill, not downhill. We need to go to the top, and they shouldn't be allowing for that kind of stuff at all, you know? Liberty says the governor is up to his eyeballs. I believe it. Well, and just look at how much the mayor supports Sheriff Snuggle Struggle and vice versa. They both run unopposed, you know? Yeah, yeah, I did. I know I showed it in the live. I know I did. Um, Sasha says the Proudfoots can't stop, the Bauer Sox can't stop, the guys can't stop. They will want it or want to, but they won't even be able to try. Fact 100. Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be a matter of time, and I think we just still need to keep pressure on the situation, you know? Oh, the governor connects to Epstein, really, Liberty? Oh Lord. Ugh. Ugh, I know. I don't know who we can trust in 2026, Janet, and that's why I'm always very adamant too about making sure people know about about these issues, right? It's important. And let me grab that link too for Haley's Law for you. Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate you signing that. Um, it is so important. I mean, we need to get this everywhere. um, not just in Indiana, but if it passes in Indiana, maybe we can continue on with it. I'm really hoping so anyway. Um, oh, here we go. I'm like, why won't it let me click on there? Sometimes I click too many times and the computer's like, hold on. All right, there we go. Because I'm impatient, I just go clicking away. All right, so this is where you can sign Haley's Law, guys, and it's just such a worthy cause. Um, there we go. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Aw, thanks, couponing. I don't trust any of the politicians myself, Liberty. I don't. I just don't. I don't. So, because it is about money and it is about power, and it's unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. Gosh, I can't believe that, Liberty, that he's got connection. Oh my gosh. I mean, who doesn't have them? It's crazy. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're allowing for anybody good to come in, you know? Yeah, I can't. I can't. Not when they're doing dirt like they are, you know? Yeah. Yeah, he was alluding to that a little bit, wasn't he, Titch? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and he also was talking about things like trafficking as an option that he thought was an option too. So, um, absolutely. Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off here because again, I do want to do two lives tomorrow, but we did a members only this afternoon, but I'd like to do one tomorrow as well, in the afternoon, not a members only, but just, a live stream. Hey, Kylie's Nail Candy, good to see you. So, yeah, I'd like to do that. So I want to try to get a little bit of snooze in if I can. Sometimes like I got a good night's sleep last night because I knew I had to do the members only. So hopefully I can do that again. Um, but let me look for that live stream. Maybe we'll go over that. I also want to definitely watch the Ease live stream too. Hey, buddy. I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch that too, just so I can, because I don't like to go in blind. A lot of times I like to watch it at least one time. And it sounds like it was very interesting. So I'm very excited for that too. Yes, you too, Janet. Thank you. Aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. And definitely keep our friend Chuchi in your prayers, guys, because like I said, she's got a health appointment tomorrow. I'm just praying that it goes well for her. I know it's nerve-wracking for her, and she's just such an important part of our community and just a good friend of ours. So thank you, Bo. Thank you so much. And just let's just keep our prayer warriors busy with all of our prayers for everyone, for Cole, for the E family, for our friend. Um, just to find Sebastian, everyone needs our prayers. Little Aaliyah, everyone. So, Janet, that's right. Sebastian will be found. I believe that. I believe that. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Good night, Detroit, and thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Um, right. Okay, Seth, I did see something about recently about them fighting for the term limits. Because what they were talking about most recently was, will it affect people who are already in office, because they did put some term limits on, but I can't remember exactly how all of that worked. But they were also saying, like, they were like, well, does that count for people who are already in, because they were saying, I think maybe 2 terms only or something like that. Um, because I think that makes a huge difference. I do. I think term limits would be a great start for changing the government, because anytime anybody is holding a position of power for too long, um, yeah, it just really makes you wonder, especially if things aren't going so well. Um, so exactly. 2 terms is good for the president, should be good for the rest of Congress. I agree. I agree. And even at the state level. So absolutely. Aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. All right, guys. I love you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will reconvene tomorrow.